Hey everyone, welcome back. Tonight, I've got a story that's different from anything I've shared before. And believe me, this one still sends shivers down my spine just thinking about it. It's about a time in my life when I was fresh out of college. I needed a place to stay in the city, and let's just say my budget was tighter than a drum. So, when I found a room advertised for practically nothing, I jumped at it. Little did I know, I wasn't just moving into an apartment, I was stepping into someone else's nightmare. The building itself was ancient. Think peeling wallpaper, perpetually dim hallways, and the kind of silence that makes your ears ring. My room was on the third floor. It was small, cramped, but hey, it was a roof over my head. My roommate Sarah was quiet, almost unnervingly so. We barely exchanged a word. She was always there, though, a silent presence in the corner of the living room, or a shadow who flit in past my doorway. I tried to make conversation a few times. You know, just normal roommate stuff. How was your day? Did you catch the game last night? But she'd just stare right through me like I wasn't even there. Her eyes distant and unfocused. It was creepy, but I chalked it up to her being introverted, or maybe just having a lot on her mind. I told myself, it's just a phase. Things started getting weird pretty quickly, though. It started with the noises. Every night, around 3 a.m., I'd hear it. A soft, rhythmic tapping coming from her room. Tap, tap, tap. Like someone was drumming their fingers on a desk, but slow, deliberate, and utterly unsettling. One night, I couldn't take it anymore. Sleep deprivation will do that to you. I got up, walked over to a door, and knocked. Sarah, I called out, are you okay? Is everything all right in there? Silence. Just that damn tapping, like it was mocking me. I pressed my ear against the door. The tapping stopped abruptly. Then, a whisper, so faint I almost thought I imagined it. Help me. That's when the nightmare started. Vivid, terrifying dreams of dark hallways, shadowy figures, and a constant, overwhelming feeling of dread. I'd wake up in a cold sweat, heart pounding, convinced someone was standing in my room. I started seeing things too. Shadows in the periphery, objects moving on their own, and that feeling of being watched, always watched. I started doing some digging. I know, cliche, right? But I had to find out something about Sarah. I couldn't live like that anymore. The landlord wasn't exactly forthcoming, but after a bit of smooth talking and a small bribe, he gave me a name and an old address. Turns out, Sarah hadn't always been quiet. She was, according to the neighbors, a vibrant, outgoing artist. Until, until she disappeared. About a year before I moved in, everyone thought she'd just run off, started a new life somewhere. But the more I learned, the more I suspected something far more sinister. The old address led me to another apartment building, even more rundown than mine. I found a woman who remembered Sarah. She told me about Sarah's boyfriend, a jealous, controlling man who everyone suspected was abusive. They had a huge fight one night. The neighbors heard screaming, and then nothing. Sarah was gone. Armed with this information, I went back to my apartment, determined to confront whatever was going on. The tapping started again that night. 3 a.m. Tap, tap, tap. Louder this time, more insistent. I walked to Sarah's door, took a deep breath, and threw it open. The room was empty. Just a bare mattress on the floor, a dusty desk, and a mirror. An old, antique mirror leaning against the wall. As I stared into it, I saw something that made my blood run cold. Reflected back at me wasn't my own face, but Sarah's. her eyes wide with terror, mouth open in a silent scream, and a faint bruise circling her neck. I heard the whisper again, clearer this time. He's still here. I didn't wait. I grabbed my things and ran. I didn't even bother with the security deposit. I just needed to get out of that place. I found a new apartment, a bright, modern place with lots of sunlight. But even now, years later, I still wake up sometimes in the middle of the night, hearing that faint tapping. Tap, tap, tap. And I always wonder if he's still there too. So, that's my story. A little too close for comfort, right? He's still here. Keep that one in mind. Sleep tight.